You are listening to Reels Movie Podcast. I am your host, Z, and before I get into this review, let me remind you to subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment below, hit that bell for notifications, and you'll never miss a future episode. The Conjuring universe continues this week with the upcoming release of Annabelle Comes Home, so I am going to review the first two movies of the Annabelle series, starting off with 2014's Annabelle. A couple begins to experience terrifying supernatural occurrences involving a vintage doll shortly after their home is invaded by a satanic cult. So I have to start off with I'd never really seen a lot of the Conjuring universe. I did see the first Conjuring movie late last year, and obviously you've seen my review of Curse of La Llorona. So that's the only two movies I have seen in this universe. So this is the very first time I've seen Annabelle. And doing my research of the movie, like I do with pretty much a lot of movies I review, this universe is really all over the place. You have movies taking place in different time frames based off when they were released, and it really makes it very confusing. The Conjuring movies are in order, but then they released the spin offs in the middle that kind of puts everything out of whack. Annabelle is actually brought up in the Conjuring movie and established as a very dangerous force. So I was already invested in the Annabelle character because I'm thinking we're going to get a badass evil force that's just going to be very different than what we've seen in these supernatural movies. Boy, was I fucking wrong. Annabelle is a seriously boring movie. It throws out those cheap jump scares that we've seen in every paranormal movie, especially in this universe. We get the flickering lights, strange noises that the person needs to go investigate, slam doors. There's nothing new with the scares, there's nothing exciting or even anything that's remotely scary. In all honesty, this is the type of movie that you can have in the background and you not even pay attention and maybe just glance up at it every few minutes and you don't miss a damn thing. Now, like I said, this is the very first time that I've seen Annabelle, and it's a very confusing movie with leaves a lot of questions about the doll that's never brought up. It's just that the satanic cult going after the neighbors and then this doll. It's completely fucked up, which is even bigger fuck up is that you get all these answers in the sequel, which is realistically the prequel. What the fuck is that? Why would you release a second movie, which is the prequel, that pretty much answers everything? Why don't you just release the prequel first? They did that with The Nun. Why couldn't they do it here? So all the questions that you get from this movie, it's answered in the second one, which is the fucking prequel. That's stupid. There's no thought behind that. Reasoning behind why would they release this movie and then the prequel that answers everything. Is this just a cash grab that they're trying to do? But this story has really no meat to it. It's very slim as possible you can get. And that's what makes the movie suffer. That's what makes it boring. The constant scare tactics that keep repeating themselves throughout, seriously a chore to get through this movie. The acting is also boring, and we also included the legendary Alfre Woodard, who plays a role that just shows up all of a sudden, best friends with the main character. You have characters that are just thrown in there with no explanation, and the characters give a backstory that forces us, the viewer, to connect with that character. Makes no sense because this character doesn't show up uh, over halfway in the movie, and we're supposed to care about her. She gives us a sob story about her daughter dying, and then she saves the couple by sacrificing her life. It makes no sense. It honestly makes no sense. Honestly, they should have included the main characters in Conjuring in this movie. they probably would have made it a lot better because everything's tying in place with the Conjuring universe, hence the Conjuring universe. But they're not included. They're briefly mentioned. You might hear a little bit of Patrick Wilson in the opening scene, a voice. It sounds like it's archive footage from the first movie, the first Conjuring movie. But that's it. We don't. They're talked about, but supposedly we don't see them until the new one coming out. I haven't seen at time of recording. I haven't seen Annabelle Comes Home, but or Creation. Sorry, they're fucking confusing movies. But it's just a weird thing. Like everything revolves around this Conjuring universe, but you would think you would also include those main characters. They didn't. This movie suffers, and it's insanely boring. I'm gonna give Annabelle a D minus. Thank you for listening to this episode of Reels Movie Podcast. Make sure you thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Tell me your thoughts, not only about the Annabelle series, but I want to know your thoughts about the Conjuring universe. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Are you scared by it? Give me your thoughts about that. Remember, also, subscribe to the channel and hit that bell for notifications so you'll never miss any future episodes. I'll see you later.